Guys, today is Chris and my 5-year wedding anniversary. I mean, not today, like as in like when you're watching this video, but today while I'm filming this video. Like, do you guys remember when I put up the wedding video on YouTube? That was 5 years ago. We're gonna be going out for dinner later anyway, so I thought I would like test out some makeup for you guys. So hopefully this $1.30 makeup will come through for me. Hello everyone! I'm here today to share with you guys a new full face first impression video, and today I'm going to be testing out makeup that I purchased from a site. It's called Miss A, and they have a line on there called AOA, and I purchased a whole bunch of it ages and ages ago, and I got the package yesterday, and so I thought I would sit down with you guys and kind of test out the makeup and see if it's any good. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you do, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And without further ado, let's get into this. So we're gonna start with the eyes, and I wanted to show you guys the brushes first before we got into it. So I washed these, and that's all I've done with them. And so these are the eye brushes. So I think the entire kit, which includes some face brushes as well, came to $12, I want to say, Canadian. But these are the brushes that we have, and all of them are like very flat brushes. There's nothing really poofy, really good blending brush, which is kind of unfortunate. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Like, we'll make it work, but like I'm totally missing that. That is something that I absolutely need. And if I only could get one brush, it would just be a nice blending brush, because that is the one that I use the most often. So that is definitely missing from that. I do like this nice flat tip brush here. I think that'll be great for any liner. I think I will probably be using this more often than any of the other ones. This one is just like super stiff and like doesn't move. Is this even a brush? No, it's not. It's a sponge. I thought this was a brush. It's not. What do you use this for? Like for smoking out like eyeliner maybe? I don't know, that's weird. Overall for me, I'm gonna rate the usability from first glance as fairly low, because it's missing brushes that I would want to use, and it has a whole bunch of brushes that I would never use. Or in this case, a sponge brush. I couldn't find any eye primer, but I do have some concealers here, so I will use one of these, I guess, to prime my eyes. I don't know. I have porcelain and light ivory here. Okay, so I'm gonna use the porcelain on my lids today. Feels nice and light. There's no weird scent. So far, so good. Ooh. Super pigmented. I'm excited to use that under the eyes, but that will be a good base for us. Oh, I found this. I don't know what this is for. This could be, I don't know, is this for like concealer or like a contour? I don't know. I'm gonna use it as an eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to be going in with this nice little palette here that I got. It has a lot of nice neutral shades. There's a couple of matte shades and then some shimmer shades as well. This feels a little bit yellow for a base for me, but I'm going to try it anyway because, again, that's what this video is about. There's a little bit of a scent to it. Like it smells a little bit, I don't know, not very good. Brushes are very nice though. I do like the quality of the brushes. They're nice and soft. Now I'm gonna take this shade right here and I'm gonna apply that to the crease. Everything else in here is very, very shimmery. I didn't think that they were all going to be shimmery, so that's a little bit disappointing, but I'm gonna take this shade right here and I'm gonna apply that to the lid, and I may have to go into like another palette to apply like a more matte shade to the crease, because I hate applying shimmers to the crease. Just looks a little bit wrong. I'm gonna take this sort of a flat brush here to apply the shade. Yeah, I don't see anything. Can you guys see anything on my eyes? Because I don't notice it at all. I don't know, from first use, this isn't a super useful palette for me, even as like for a natural everyday look. There's not any matte shades except for this one here, apparently. I thought there were more matte shades, but there are not. And the colors just, they're either too light or they're too dark. I can't really create a nice neutral, easy, everyday kind of a look using this palette. So that is a little bit disappointing. So I'm gonna go in with a couple of other shadows just to kind of clean it up a little bit, just like a little matte crease color, and then I will go in and I will use their eyeliner. All right, so I curled my lashes. I have a little bit of eyeshadow on. I put a little of a shimmery shade as well as a matte shade to the crease. I used a couple of the ColourPop shadows. And yeah, now we're gonna go on to liner. First of all, I got two different liners I wanted to test out on the tight line. One is a dark brown and one is black, I believe. I just wanted to kind of test them out to see which one I liked better. This one is Clean Color, which is a retractable waterproof lip slash eyeliner. Wait a second, what color is this? It's black. Are you sure? Lip liner? It's relatively creamy, so I think this will be a good one to apply to the tight line. This one is the Super Gel Intense in Brown. It is by Santee, I think. Santee eyeliner. Whoa, this is a much thicker pencil there. Also really nice and creamy. I like the consistency. It's very soft, which is also really nice. So maybe I'll apply that to the lash line maybe. This would be pretty and like kind of smoke it out a little bit. I don't know. Did I get anything else? Oh, I did. I got a liquid eyeliner as well. This is by LA Colors. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Okay, good. It is a nice like firm tip to it. I thought it was gonna be one of those brush ones that is super like soft and flouncy and really great for people who are good at eyeliner, but that is not me. Also, it feels pretty nice. I got really excited, but then like, look at it. That was like one little stroke and now it's like getting all like dry and it's not going on as nicely. This one, I feel like you'll apply like one little line and if you get anything wrong and you try and go back over, you have to keep like dipping it in to like re-wet the very, very tip of it. And there's gonna be product on the end of it, so it's gonna like splotch all over the place. I don't know. I feel this would be very, very messy and it's not going to end up the way that I want it to. So I'm gonna use the other two. So we'll start by applying this black color to the tight line and then we will go in with the brown shade next and just apply that to the lash line. All right, so the black liner is already starting to like smudge under my eyes because I went downstairs to go and eat something and it's already starting to smudge. So that's great. Now we're gonna go on to mascara. The one I'm testing out, I'm just trying to get the little cling wrap stuff off. This is by LA Colors. It is their Volume Lash Mascara. It is a much like a shorter version. It almost looks like a deluxe sample size kind of a mascara. But for like $1.30 Canadian, you really can't beat that. The mascara wand itself looks pretty standard. Nothing too crazy about that. So we'll see what this looks like on the eyes. So the formula itself feels a little bit drier, which I kind of like because it makes it easier to apply. It's not too crazy over the top. It's probably a good everyday mascara. It doesn't look super black to me. So that is one coat of mascara on both eyes. I mean, it's a fine mascara. It's not anything like out of this world amazing or crazy, but it's not a bad mascara, and considering the price, that's pretty good. So I'm gonna do another coat and see what that looks like. All right, so there's 2 coats of mascara. Again, yeah, it doesn't seem to be clumpy in any way. It seems to layer pretty well. It's not anything that's crazy over the top, but again, $1.30 price point, you can't beat that. We're gonna go in with a primer now, and this is the AOA Studio Wonder Skin Poreless Primer. And this is a clear primer that promises to minimize the appearance of pores, fine lines, leaving a smooth canvas for long-lasting makeup application. So I'm just going to apply a little bit into my hand here. It feels very, very light, not at all silicone-y, almost like water basically. Feels nice on the skin. All right, there we go. Done. So now I'm gonna go in with some color correcting. I'm using the AOA Studio stuff again. This is the green and peach ones, and I'm going to apply a little bit under my eyes to sort of cancel out any blue circles and then on any redness that I have with the green stuff. In terms of pigmentation, it is definitely there. Like I'm definitely seeing the peachiness. It's blending out fairly well. It's very, it dries down really fast though. Like you can see that, that's like, bam, it's dry. It's very dark though, so I'm kind of worried it's going to be a little too dark under my eyes. Hopefully the concealer will cover that. And we'll go in and do a little, whoa, that is very green. It is, wow. I'm so used to like the pale stuff. This is like bright neon green. You want a green concealer wand? We will give you a green concealer wand. Oh. I hope this concealer is good. And also foundation. Where's the foundation? I ordered a couple of different colors, 3 different colors actually, because when they have it on the website, a couple of them, they had really nice swatches on the skin, which is super helpful. And so based on the swatches that I saw online, by the way, I can't take myself seriously with my Kermit face. A lot of the lighter shades looked a little bit on the pinky tone or the yellow tone. I don't know what it was, but the tone didn't look right. So I was like, maybe one of these ones will work. And no. So that's partly my fault. I tried to find the right color. I couldn't find it. But I mean, it will still go to a good home. I will donate it to the women's shelter. Someone will make some use out of this, but I will test it out regardless. I'll see what it looks like. I put some self-tanner on in hopes that maybe it would match my skin. We'll see. So which one is gonna be the least bad is the question. I'm gonna put a little bit on my cheek just because I want to know what the consistency is like in case maybe there's a color that works for you. And then I'll have to wash it off. Let's see what it looks like in terms of coverage. So that's it blended into my skin. So there's no way that's gonna cover up the green face I have going on right now. So I'm going to have to, again, unfortunately, use a product that is not part of this dollar store makeup thing. So I'm gonna apply some Estee Lauder Double Wear and I'll be back. You know what, it's doing a fairly good job covering up any of that greenness. The only thing is that it dries so freaking fast that it leaves little streak marks if you're not careful. So I'm gonna have to like re-dampen my beauty blender and like try and get this to like blend out properly. But like overall, awesome. So now I'm gonna go on to powder and I'm going to be using this one by Clinista. These are the two shades that I got, which are similar, I feel, in tone. This one is fair, this one is beige. And then in terms of shade match, quite honestly, one feels too pink and one feels too yellow, so I'm probably just going to combine the two. So that's $2.60 for powder though. Pretty great. And I like that it comes with a little sponge thing because I like applying my powder with a sponge. Quite honestly, I think it does such a good job. So I'm going to apply this just to areas where I would normally tend to get a little bit oily. So like under my eyes and around my nose. Oh, I should also try using the brush that I got specifically for this purpose. The powder feels very heavy, almost like clay-y on the face. I do really like these brushes though. These are very nice brushes. They're nice and soft. Highly recommend them. All right, so my face is set. It doesn't seem to be settling into any pores or anything like that in a super obvious way, but it feels really weird on the face and it has a bit of a odd, like clay-y kind of a scent to it. I don't like it. My face feels weird. I feel uncomfortable. But I will continue to forge onwards, and this time I'm gonna be testing out a highlighting stick. And they had sold out of a ton of products on this website. So I went with something that seemed highly rated and looked pretty, so I thought this would be a good match. Okay, I can work with that. So you can see that? That's nice, right? Doesn't look like it'll be too dark on my skin either, which is importante. It does feel very drying though, and I didn't put any powder in this area, so that should not be affected at all. But like blending this out is a little bit difficult. Can you guys see anything on my skin? Maybe a little bit? Not really. Nope, I don't see anything on my skin, people. Nope, that is a no. But I do have a blush I want to try. Okay, which has already fallen apart. This is by Prisma, and it is the rose pink blush. It's a nice bright pink color. I love these brushes. Again, I can't say this enough. Really like the brushes and how they apply. The blush seems fine actually, just needs a very, very light hand when applying it. The packaging is obviously very cheap, so that needs to be like glued back together, but like the color is nice. Okay, so let's go on to the brows now, and this is by Clean Color Shaping and Defining Eyebrows to Perfection Eyebrows Kit in Ash Brown. Oh, and they have stencils. Oh, fun. Thin, thick, and natural. So you could like stencil in your brows if you want. So this is the shade Ash Brown. It'll be a little bit of a dark brow, but I don't know, we'll try it. I don't really see anything. This is a terrible brush. Do I have another brush here? I could probably use this one. This one is part of the AOA Studio one. It's like a small tapered brush. All right, so my brows are done, and you know what? I like this powder. I like the fact that it is an ashy tone. I find everything, especially the cheaper products, tend to be so orange or red toned, and they just don't suit my brow color at all. And this one blends in beautifully. It is a very powdery eyebrow powder, and so a little bit goes a long way. But if you're on a budget and you're looking for something that's $1, this is a great one. And lastly, we're going to be trying out the AOA Studio Matte Liquid Lipstick. This is the Wonder Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Likes, which is a bright pink, and I'm excited to try this one out. I have a couple of other ones too, because I wasn't sure like what shade I wanted to use. use. So I wanted to swatch a bunch of them just so you guys could see, because if it's a really nice formula and there's maybe a more neutral shade for every day and then a bright bold color, it'd be nice to know what the options are. All right, so let's swatch some of these colors. So we have here, this is Faded, which is sort of a gray neutral. Nice and pigmented. I like it, and I like that color. That is definitely a color that I can see myself wearing quite often. It almost reminds me a little bit of a more gray version of Queen Bee, actually, in terms of tone, so that's pretty nice. This one is the pink shade Likes. The pink one is definitely more on the streaky side than Faded, but we'll see what it looks like on the lips. Then I also got this sort of frosted metallic shade, which looked fun. It is in the shade Yes. Yes. Whoa, that is frosty. Look at that. Almost looks a little bit chunky though. Let's see if like the camera will pick up on it. All right. I also got this beautiful purpley mauve tone. This is in the shade Tease. Oh, beautiful. I love that. Look at that shade. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. I think that I even like that better than Faded, which is turning into more of a brown tone than Tease, but oh my goodness. Yep, excited about this. And then the last one I got is in the shade Muse, which is a more of an orangey red color. Oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. I really like that shade. Ooh, maybe I want to wear that one. And you know what? So far, these AOA Studio liquid lipsticks are really nice. Just from swatching them, they are very pigmented. They feel very feather light. The metallic one seemed a bit chunky, which was kind of weird. And then the pink one was a little bit on the streaky side, but everything else, I really like. Okay, you know what? I think I want to apply this like reddy orange one. I think that's gonna look like really pretty on the lips. Oh my goodness, look how pigmented that is. Oh my goodness, I'm really liking this so far. It needs another coat, but it's not sticky in any way. It's super smooth in application. It gets a little bit faded, like just applying it to the top here, it turned a little pink, but oh my goodness, really pretty. Okay, so now that I've completed the look, I really want to go over the good, the bad, and the ugly of the products that I tested out. So the good products I tried. Number one, the concealer. The AOA Studio concealers I think are great. The only downside to these products are that they dry really, really quickly, so use a damp sponge and that would take away any of that issue. I have a light ivory and porcelain, and these two shades worked really well for me. Mostly porcelain though. I didn't use too much of the light ivory. I found it to be a little bit orange toned when applied, but the other one worked great. I also like the eyebrow powder, not so much the stencils and the brush that it came with. I think that getting a different brush would serve you quite well, but the powder itself is quite nice. I love the fact that it is more cool toned, ashy toned. It actually works for my brow color, which is so rare, especially on the drugstore end, more budget friendly products. They tend to be so red or orange toned, but this one worked really well. Just using a light hand though, because it does tend to be a little bit on the dusty side. You only need a little bit and that will go a long way. So for $1.30 Canadian, that's pretty awesome. I also thought that the primer was really good. My skin is looking great. It is poreless. It isn't showing up any sort of like fine lines or creases in any way. It felt almost watery on the skin, had a very light scent to it, and I think overall this was a great primer. And then last but not least, these liquid lipsticks. Oh my goodness, they're beautiful. I really like them, and the fact that these are $1.30 Canadian is pretty darn amazing. They dry down really nicely. I will say, however, though, they do dry down a little bit sticky. Like, look. You see that? Like they're just a little bit sticky. I think if you apply just a translucent powder over top, that should eliminate that stickiness completely. I actually got that as a tip from you guys in the comment section, so thank you very much. They don't feel sticky on my hand, so I think it was just the fact that I had to like apply another layer, so it just became a little bit more on the tacky side. But if you're careful and you apply a nice thin layer, then that shouldn't be an issue at all. Oh, and I forgot about the brushes. The brushes are another good one. I really like these. They are soft and fluffy and so nice on the skin. They don't feel scratchy in any way or anything like that. The only thing I was missing was a nice buffing brush for the crease. That was the only thing. And then the products I did not so much like. One is this highlight. I think it was just sticky. It was dry. It didn't show up on the skin very well. I just overall wasn't really impressed with this. The foundation was the other product, and not so much just the color. Obviously I didn't choose the correct colors, but even when I applied it to my skin, you guys saw I like rubbed it into my skin and then it disappeared. So I don't think this is going to give you the coverage that you're looking for. Maybe if you want something light, but like I honestly didn't see anything on my skin. skin, so I would probably give this a pass. And then this liquid eyeliner, I didn't end up using this, but when I swatched it on my hand, the fact that it would immediately, like, it erased all the product as soon as you drew like one small line, and then it became really dry, and then you'd have to keep re-dipping it anytime you wanted to touch up anything. I just think it would be a huge pain in the butt to do. So personally, I would give this a miss. I just didn't find it to be a very good product. And that's everything for this video. I hope you guys found it helpful, and if you order anything, let me know what you've ordered and what you really like, what you didn't like, all that fun stuff. I would love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I will see you guys all in my next video. Love you, girls. Mwah.